Did you find the perp?
He used VPN software. We can't track his IP.
In English, goddammit!
We can't find his computer.
In French!
Nous ne pouvons pas trouver son ordinateur.
In Morse code!
Yo, welcome back to KineMaster, guys. As I'm sure you guys can tell, I've been taking quite a bit of a hiatus. This Trigun video, was actually supposed to come out back in the middle of October, and it's almost Thanksgiving. So I didn't come through on that one. But I'm here to do it now, and I just want to give a quick disclaimer before we start. I'm going to pronounce 97% of the shit I say in this video wrong, as I cannot pronounce Japanese words for my life. In case it wasn't already clear, this is a video on my 5 favorite tracks from the Trigun OST. While this video should have been a top 10, I decided to challenge myself by making it a top 5. Like with the Castle of Cagliostro video, this video will be executed with a small animation listing the number of the pick, a brief explanation of the pick, and then finally a listening session of, you guessed it, the pick. So let's hop right into it. Trigun is an anime and manga series created by Yasuhiro Nightow. The anime was directed by Satoshi Nishimura, who directed others such as Ushio and Tora, Hajime no Ippo, and Spirit Hero Wataru. Not to mention the Trigun feature film Badlands Rumble, which I also recommend. The soundtrack was composed by Tsuneo Imahori, whose discography includes Gungrave, both the games and the anime, and Hajime no Ippo, with contributions to Technol's, Wolf's Rain, and Cowboy Bebop. As a side note, Imahori also worked with the Seatbelts, who are also known for Cowboy Bebop, and his own band Typographica before they disbanded, as a guitarist. Coming in at number 5, we have track 02, Big Bluff. Now, if you don't remember back to my Castle of Cagliostro video, if you didn't see it, there was a part in which I said a track reminded me of Trigun. The part of Trigun I was referring to was actually Big Bluff, because in the episode that I mentioned it reminded me of, Big Bluff is used excellently to rev up the mysteriousness. This track is solid percussion, catchy winds, and groovy strings up until 2 minutes in, at which point it starts over, with slightly different additions to the original intro, and then a solid drum fill ushers in a wind solo, it's probably a flute, over the same great percussion and strings as before. At around 3 minutes, the original background returns as the winds slowly calm, before everything ends in a single note. This track is catchy, mysterious, and it piques my curiosity every single time. Rolling into second place, we have the OST's penultimate track, 19, Carrot and Stick. This track opens with solid percussion, which immediately snags my interest. Then, around 20 seconds, what sounds like a man and a dog can be heard occasionally, which is both odd and comedical. Like, the man's yelling and, like, the dog is just barking, and it's really weird, but, like, it's funny and catchy. Around 30 seconds, a groovy string instrument forms our bass line, just before a second string joins in just after. This ensemble continues statically, though it's still catchy, until around 1 minute and 25 seconds, where the second string starts to pick up after a fill, playing a catchy fall of sorts. All the while, the man and the dog pick up their pace, before only the second half of the percussion and original string pick up the pieces, the percussion having a solo of sorts until everyone joins back in. In this second rendition, the strings are the focus, with a higher range string occasionally chiming in with catchy solos of sorts. Then, in another string's fill, the high-pitched instrument string and a low wind, probably a tuba or euphonium, have a small soli before the original fall comes in, which ultimately culminates in another high-string low wind soli, which closes out in a short final punch. This track is just catchy, funny, and it's a great time. You should really give it a listen. crawling its way into number 3 is 05, Permanent Vacation, 1 minute and 56 seconds of raspy, dirty R&B saxophone. The track immediately opens up with high energy, loud sound, bursts, before calming slightly, to let the saxophonist really grind that horn. Like, when I say slightly, I mean it goes from blowing your eardrums out to blowing your eardrums out with just one instrument. It's ridiculous. It's amazing, though. So, like I said, after about 20 seconds, the sax quiets down and lots of growls for just a bit, but then there's a jazzy melody until it picks up and blows your eardrums out again around 50 seconds, all growls and noise. All the while, this bipolar sax is accompanied by an acoustic guitar that perfectly complements it, until the duo finally end with low energy. All in all, this track is just a really good time. It's certainly different to me, and it's a lot different than the other picks, but it fits perfectly with the Trigun OST and Gunsmoke's favorite musician. Second place belongs to Trigun's outro, the catchy and mysterious Kaze wa Mirai ni Fuku. The first 30 seconds of this track are mysterious and quiet, with little more than soft percussion and a quiet wind. Then suddenly, around 30 seconds in, a guitar picks up the pace, and the percussion goes wild, until our vocalist chimes in and the ensemble takes a backseat to his soothing voice. Around 1 minute and 50 seconds in, this climaxes into a second half of the piece, but all throughout, the song remains catchy. A second string joins the fray in the background all the while and really helps build the track. When the track finally ends, or so you think, it's catchy and satisfying. Until, however, there's a small percussion solo occupied by the original instruments, but the wind is traded for bongos and a soft string instrument. All in all, this track is solid. It follows the anime trend of having a more soft outro and hard intro, but this outro stands out to me for its harsh yet soft dynamic. Also because it's not sad. A lot of anime outros I feel like are more sad and melancholy, but this is definitely one of the more catchy and upbeat ones. At number 1, a bit underwhelming perhaps, is 08, Not an Angel. Funnily enough, my favorite track from the Castle of Cagliostro was also track 08. Not an Angel is a calm, beautiful piece, perfectly capturing the journey of Vash the Stampede, Nicholas D. Wolfwood, Redeemed Knives Millions, and many of the series characters. The track calls back to the past, the beginning, and continues alongside the timeline until the present. Actually, the song was used in exactly that way just before Vash's battle with Knives at the end of the series, to show Vash's life after arriving on Gunsmoke as a boy. The track opens up with a beautiful melody, accompanied by water dripping, until a guitar joins the fray around 10 seconds. Percussion also gives us a few cymbal hits, but disappears just over, letting the original instruments and guitar have their time until around a minute in, when the full kit joins in with another string instrument. This absolutely gorgeous melody continues until the track fades into a solo of string around 2 minutes in. Then, after this melancholy string solo, everyone joins back in after the drums at 2 minutes and 40 seconds, before slowly fading away like the wind. This track is just a really beautiful piece, calling back to youth, growth, and pain along the way. Well, that's gonna do it for me, folks. Thanks for watching, as always, and I'd be grateful if you left your thoughts on both the video and the OST below. Make sure to like this video if you indeed liked it, and subscribe for more videos like these. Be sure to share this video if you liked it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for nerding out with me again. I normally don't do videos like this, where I just hop on the mic and I talk about why I love something. Except for, like, the other 10 times I've done this, but that's gonna do it for me, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Okamizu, signing out. Yo guys, once again, before I finally sign off here, I'm sorry for my hiatus. I do it a lot. I kind of just disappear and don't say anything. I haven't even been updating the Wattpad part 2, so it's been a while since I've really released anything for you guys, and I'm sorry for that. I just wanted to say thanks again for watching, and please do tell me your thoughts about this video, because there is a second part coming. You'll notice that I have one on the thumbnail, because there are actually 2 parts of the Trigun soundtrack, and the second one will probably be coming out within the next month or 2. That won't probably be my next video, but it'll be one of the next, so look out for it if you enjoyed this one. See you guys in the next one.